Alright, we're back. So the holster dried just enough, just like I wanted. The banding's holding on nice. And I still got to punch holes and stitch it on there. And I thought I had screwed up. I haven't worked with the ammo bending or the back plate anymore yet, because I wanted to see this holster, because I was really upset when I thought I had made a mistake. And I mean, I did make a mistake, but it's going to work in my favor. So as you can see, I went ahead and now I taped off the gun because it is a stainless steel gun, and the last thing I want to do is give his gun back with a with rust on it. So because this is leather, leather does not agree with metal. So, but if you look, I've got a whole lot of space to work with. So, and the glue's only right here on the edge. So, and as you can see, you know, the ammo banding's holding on nice. But the problem I was worried about is, well, yeah, I can punch these holes. How am I going to punch these? You know, on this rounded off edge. So I was really concerned about that, and I realized that because I've got so much extra space, because I did the right thing and left myself room for mistakes, because it was bound to happen, I was going to make them. I can cut off that excess if the glue doesn't just peel off, which I'm pretty sure it will, which is why we don't just glue things, we stitch them too. But if I can peel it off and flatten it back out, then I can punch my holes with no problem. But right now, I can punch the holes for the holster. They're going to be perfectly lined up because I'm going to punch them both at the same time, and I'm not going to have any issues. And that is just a beautiful thing there. So I'm going to set you down, and we're gonna work some of these holsters. I already kind of wet it, and the leather, and we're starting to work it in when I realized I should probably go ahead and get the camera out. And I've got a lot of room, got a lot of play. I'm probably actually gonna I believe it's called skiving the inside part of the holster, so the cylinder can slide in and out because it's starting to catch a little bit on that lip. So I'm gonna see that, but again, that's gonna be when I pull it out. So what we're gonna do is, I've got my trusty dusty compass. It's set to about 1/2 inch apart, because like I said, I want to run 2 lines of stitching because I really want this thing to hold up while this man's hunting. And that should give me more than enough space to then cut off what I don't need and still have plenty of room to work. And then I can flatten it back out and punch my banding, my band holes to stitch that. So, yeah, I'm going to set you down. We're going to get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I already know I want to put a line here through all 4 pieces so that this is real nice and sturdy. So I'm probably actually going to draw kind of like a box just right here. But I don't want to get it too close to this edge because I'm going to want to, this is probably what's going to be cut off, because there's quite a bit of gap here. So I'm just going to I'm going to make sure this is real nice and snug on the gun for me, and we're going to come just about 1/4 inch out, and it's actually a little bit wider, so I think I might shrink this down maybe to 3/8, maybe even yeah, 3/8, maybe even 1/4. No, wrong way. Because my stitching holes are very small. So, but I also don't want to put them, you know what, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put it at 1/4. And it's about right. So, because there's just a whole lot of extra here. So I'm going to come through, and I'm going to once again try and make sure this is as tight to the gun as possible, because I do want it kind of snug. You know, I said in the last portion of this, so I don't need it too snug. Well, snug's really nice sometimes. So, and again, I am freehanding this, so it's going to be a little different. Let's see, where is that? That's the trigger. So I'll come out about right here, and we're just gonna very carefully draw these lines out. There we go. Now down here at the bottom, I'm gonna throw an eyelet here to run some string through, so you can tie it to his leg if he so chooses. And it looks like I've got plenty of space, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use my fingernail and make a little mark right here, because that's gonna give me plenty. But I also don't want my stitching to run into that, so I'm gonna come out wide. And there we go. So that'll give me plenty of room here. See if you can see. If I can get this in focus. Now I've got my two perfectly parallel lines all the way down the length, and then my little mark right here for where I'm going to throw that rivet. And which means all of this extra can come off. And I want to say this is right where my bead of glue is. So I'm probably going to cut pretty close to that edge. Let's see how I'm doing up on space here. If I finish, set you back down. So now I just want, go ahead and open this up. I just want this line, because I want it to look like it runs together. And let's see how we're doing on space there. Yeah, that should be alright. Now, it's not going to run the whole way. I might throw, as I stitch these together, I might throw one here. How do I want to do that? See, this is the fun of this. Is I get to play around with it and see what I really want to do. So if I've got all of these, and I'm going to run, and this is essentially going to be the box here. Let's see. If I run that one down, do I want to run this one down? Yeah, I think I kind of do. Maybe not all the way, but just so it all looks like it's the same. So, but what I am going to do, in case you remember from what I just said, again, if I edit all these together or not, what I just said is you want to bevel your edges before you punch holes. Can't stress that enough, because if not, like I did on the back plate, they're going to be too close to the edge. So I've got plenty of edge room with the holster, but the banding, I want to bevel that first. So I might even wait to punch those holes until I'm done with the holster holes. It's coming up on noon, so once again, this is a work day where I've got to go to work in a few hours. So I want to get this done kind of quick because I still have to do the laundry, and yeah. So, but because these lines are now drawn, I've got my spot for where I want my eyelet thrown. I think I just want to go ahead and start punching holes, at least in the holster. Because again, then once I cut what I don't need off, hopefully the glue will peel off really easy. If not, you can get in there with like a razor blade or an X-Acto knife and kind of damage the glue so it'll pop. And then when I come back, I'll probably end up gluing it back together. So just a little extra strength, right? But at least this way, all of my holster holes are going to be even, and I can't stress y'all enough how easy it makes it when your holes are even. When you've got to angle the needle like this instead of like this to get to your holes, it's terrible. It's a really, really bad time, and it makes for a stressful stitching thing when it's normally very, very nice. It's a lot of fun to stitch. So I'm going to punch these holes because I know these are going to be even. And then how am I doing on time here? Right at 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut you off. I'm going to punch these holes, and I'll come back and I'll show you how the holes look afterwards. Stay tuned.